noisy upstairs. He might send him downstairs, and then he might be noisy down here unless I give him a acoustic. I just kind of settled around here, but I guess we'll see. I am gonna wait for viewers though. I haven't been up super long, and I don't have a lot of energy, but I also don't have anything happening for a couple of days or so. So, um, any plans? So I'm gonna just, you know, using up some of the time today doing this. I do like podcasting or live streaming, so here we are. Um, at least I do have this device during the week as well, because it's only working on the cell phone right now, so I don't know what's up with that. There is a couple of things I want to talk about, and then just general stuff too. We can talk about. Um, One of the things, apparently, Universal Comedy isn't universal for everybody. That was, the thing about dogs was very disturbing. And they're a fairly popular channel, so I guess they figure they can get away with it and still have many loyal fans, but because it's comedy. But the other thing, I kind of added to a joke that one of them made, and I kind of like it, but I do worry it might be taken wrong. But it's not with any intent to diss anybody. But I just might not say it because, like I said, I'm a very kind and nice person, and I don't want people that don't know me very well to hear it and think otherwise. Basically, um, what I would like to be doing though, I'm gonna multitask a bit, like I say, and just wait for people to tune in. Um, so you can always skip ahead to the content. Because I don't have it planned. Well, I do have one other thing I might want to mention. But we'll see both if the dog's going to be distracting, and also, um, yeah, basically, um, I'd rather wait till there's somebody here. For what I want to share, not that it hugely matters either way, I suppose, but whether it's someone who's familiar with me or not, I'd rather it be, but it doesn't have to be. It could be anyone. It could even be. I was gonna say you, but nobody was there. Pianos are very, very cool. Or organs, as they call them, especially with the moving figures. I still don't quite understand how they work, to be honest. Um, or how I can put it. What am I having for lunch? I don't know. In an hour, maybe I'll look into it. I'm not hearing it. I mean, I did turn it down a bit, but I've also turned it back up. I thought. Oh, maybe not. I'm really just listening to this for ideas for songs. I didn't know that you'd be thinking about it. I thought I heard it. But it was still there. I mean, like it was there. No, it's only been 5 minutes, but Wait, so many things to try. Whether it's things that were scheduled or things that aren't. And so I'm tired of doing that for the most part. Oh, I could do something I was thinking about doing recently. I don't think it's one that you and I are not working, but I could do something that I was thinking about. I mentioned maybe doing, and I'm also wanting to look at this stuff later. But let's do a little bit of hopping around into this conversation. So, well, that one I am going to keep up, and honestly, that's the thing. Is some of these things are things I want to keep up. Well, that's why that showed up. Now I know that this might not be that interesting to anybody else, but it depends. You know, it's something I want to do to kind of organize myself on my other device a little bit, and we can also just chat. And I'm open to chatting or doing music that anybody would like as well. Uh, all you have to do is suggest it. So I can't believe I've not done this thing before. Um, so G's saying just bring the stuff in. Don't try to call in again. I mean, I already thought I could just say, oh, I didn't leave a message because I figured I'd just try and reach her directly again. And that feels a bit better because I feel like we're going to need the music stand, and to walk in randomly with the music stand, you know, I can just say, if you say yes, you say yes, and hopefully you do, because we don't get, you know, this would really be really lovely for us and the others, and opportunities are in short supply these days. That's why people get them first and such and such. So now, why am I back on Don's page? I don't know. Didn't mean to be. Now I can't go from it. So I don't know what that's telling me. I don't know if I should just talk this out to myself or wait till there's somebody here. I really would, there is something, I know that, um, I know that we said, that, she felt like, in the workshops that we all did together, like she was starting to get to know our people, each other's people. Well, that was a neat way of saying it, I thought. And I mostly agree, um, especially the last one there. I don't know what it was, and that's not how she spells it, but it found her anyway. Okay. I don't know what it was, but I felt it too. Both I opened up about mine a bit more, and especially her. I mean, the other two were quiet, and two left early. So, uh, it. But yeah, I'm just thinking about the idea behind, or could be a way to put it, but I can't think of another one. Getting to know, or having, not even that, having mutuals with somebody who's passed away, like people who both know the same person that's passed away. There's something about that. Even though I say everybody goes through their grief differently. There's something about that that I think is especially. It's weird. There was somebody there for like a minute or two, and then they left, and then it's indicating someone here again. So welcome. Yeah, there's something about that that I think is. I don't know how to put it into words myself, but special. Um, I don't know if it's the. Um, Maybe it's something to do with not grieving alone. I mean, but we all do that. We all end up having to do that at points in life too. So I mean, I don't think that's the case. A/B testing. What the heck is that? I would guess. But yeah, I don't think that that's the yeah. Oh, I'm supposed to drop hands go, but no, this is still alive. I've had it open for days. It's a 24-hour stream, but I'm really surprised that that's even possible. I thought the limit was 12 hours, and I've done almost half of that, but I don't know how they can do that. It says you are creators, so it's not YouTube creators. But yeah, we could talk about many things. I can do some music. G can do some music in a little bit. But yeah, the topic is, and I'll take you that. Or the topic that I'm thinking of right now. I'm almost thinking of looking something up about it, to be quite honest. And it also feels like it would be different whether it was family, you know, which is, I guess, certainly not always, but often the most common, probably. Well, not that the other ones aren't. What the heck happened there? I think I just minimized it, that's all. Or did I accidentally close it? I may have. In which case, let's get her back open, eh? Uh, so yeah, we could talk about many things. So I just want to make sure to remember to do that. We could talk about, and it might mean that anything that's taking a long time can overrun there, but I think it was this one. Yeah. Um, yeah, so we could talk about many things. Can do music. But one of the things, like I say, that I'm thinking about at the moment is people's thoughts, or curious about, is people's thoughts about, and I know it's kind of a sort of random topic, and again, we could talk about many things, not even just on this topic, but like if you and somebody else that you know, I would say not family, because, when you have a big and connected family, it's almost a given. So I would say when you have a mutual friend with somebody who's passed away. I also want to share this story again, and it's a true one. That one of the people, okay, I prefer it if the person didn't really know what I did. But that being said, then it might be like people might be more inclined. I mean, they might be anyway, but just say, does anybody know him? Because you know, and I think most likely the answer would be no. Not yet. Maybe they should, but they don't yet. Because I have a lot of great qualities as a friend, and I'm a very smart individual. Not to my own bugle, but I know, I know that that's who I am. You know. Um, so maybe I should tip my own bugle a little bit, right? We should probably all do so. But with it about ourselves. Um, but yeah, and like I'm thinking of somebody from my karaoke days. You know. Oh, hi, Sedona. How are you? How are you? Good to have you here. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer because my eyes aren't that good. And I'll have to put, it's already at 68, but it was at almost 100%. But what? You're at work. It's a Sunday morning. Everybody should have Sundays off. But, nurses are needed. I'm not going to type much. Well, that's unfortunate because you're the only one that's here, but I'm glad that you are. It's been a while since you've seen my videos, I think, to my knowledge. I know you found one the other night, and I was somewhat joking with my response, but it doesn't really sound like you watched it or said anything much on it. But I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that you will watch them soon. It's 10 o'clock. We slept till 8:30, so I guess I've almost been up. It's kind of between 10 and 10:30. I guess I've almost been up. I'm trying to do the math. I'm not awake enough to do it though. 2 hours almost doesn't feel like it. Not much. I mean, you're looking at it pretty much. I mean, I've had a little bit to eat, and I've done a bit in the kitchen, and I put some laundry in. Exciting stuff. And if that was you that I appreciate it. And if it was the other person, I also appreciate it. It said 3, then it said 2, now it says 3 again. Oh, I haven't seen any of your shorts, by the way. Just your pants and your dresses. No, just kidding. Just your very long ones. But I mean, I'm not judging because I do that too sometimes. But no, yeah, I mostly catch your lives, to be honest. Um, and to be honest, I'm not even really one that likes shorts, most of the time because I just feel like you just click into them and they're over before they feel like they've even started. You know what I mean? Before you've even gotten into it. But you're welcome to tell me and our viewers about it. And yeah, I still would hope that you'll hear me do music lots soon. And I don't know if you're using headphones at work. I would guess because you're amongst a bunch of people. And is it pretty quiet there at the moment? And the other person can chime in too if you'd like. Not forcing you, but strongly suggesting it. We could talk about whatever, within reason, but for the most part, anything anybody would like to talk about. As well as I could do some music. But yeah, one of the things I was thinking about, what's it about? One of the things I was thinking about, like this morning, one of the things that I did do is I woke up and I got this idea. It's not really her birthday, but the anniversary of my friend's passing, of doing a karaoke stream. And I thought it'd be really lovely if it wasn't just me and possibly G, but some of the people from back in my karaoke days. But I mean, I've lost touch with, it's one of those situations where, you see the people where you see them and you otherwise don't really see them that much. I mean, every now and then, even though it was late, I didn't have early mornings very often at that particular time in my life. And, either the others didn't or they were night owls. Young, I was closer to my 20s then, and some of them may have been in their 20s. And it's kind of like, sometimes we'd go from partying at karaoke to very occasionally, there was somebody that lived in an apartment nearby, a 2 or 3 story apartment. And actually, I was maybe only there once or twice. I don't even remember whose apartment it was. I just remember that we were there, and that it was one of them. I don't remember if anybody ever came back to mine, but mine was small and cluttered, and occasionally we'd go to the McDonald's nearby afterwards. But I guess, maybe we didn't that often. But anyway, so I knew them there. The host, the one that passed away, I did hang out with her, but not a lot, 5 or 6 times. We chatted online quite a bit. But so I'm thinking at the end of January there, I'll probably want to do a karaoke thing. So a while ago, I think it was after the funeral, but I can't remember, and we could talk, like I say, about whatever. But I had texted one of the guys, and he didn't seem to really be much of a texter. I mean, he's young, but I mean, he remembered me. I think he said it was nice to hear from me. He said that, yes, it was sad that she'd passed away. He didn't really say much. So I was hesitant to text him this morning, but I decided I might want to and ask who else he's still in touch with. I know this happens with other people sometimes too, that they lose touch with people, unfortunately. And in this day and age, it's, unless somebody has a very common name, it's kind of silly to hear about or weird to hear about it. But I couldn't find it. And I don't know if I just decided that it wasn't worthwhile and got rid of his number. But then there was another guy, and I texted him, I guess, in the summer, and I thought that I'd had his number, and the very first thing I asked was this and his name. So even if he had any difficulty understanding the little bit else that I said, he could have said yes. And so I sent this morning and I sent question mark and good morning, and he saw that and didn't say anything. And then I can't remember if I sent something between that and is this the guy that from karaoke. But actually, I think he did see that, didn't say anything, and so I moved on. But I'm not sure if it was him. That's the thing. But I think I got the number from his website, so it should be, unless he's got a new phone. But a lot of people, they find it easiest to keep the same number even when they get new phones. So I don't know. I guess I didn't say who I was, but I don't think he really disliked very many people. He's a pretty laid back guy. And, if he wanted to know whether I was one of the ones he liked or not, he could have just asked, who is it? And, and I would have said, and then, not to go on about this for too much longer, and is it still you here, Sedona? I was very, very surprised not to see many from back in the day there. I mean, I saw the sister, I kind of was familiar with the father and the uncle, and the partner, and I saw like 3 other familiar faces. And there was about, not I almost expected more, but the place is full. I would say there was about 100 to 150 people there. And he was the one that was most excited. Hey, how you doing? I can't do it the same way, but, he was quite excited to see me. Unlike now, he's like, yeah, it's me. But at the same time, I don't know how long that some of them had known, about our friend's passing, and it was a funeral. And, we weren't really close otherwise, I mean, we met each other a few times there, and, hi, Thomas, how are you? Have a nice time. Where? What? I hope so. Not count, right? I was kidding. But I'm not thinking it won't be, but I don't know. I mean, how are you tonight? I guess it's nighttime there. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm happy to do music. I am kind of still waking up. But I also want to just chat. So, yeah. And we thought we found a longer charger cord, but we didn't. And this one's just so damn short. But, and this thing drops fast. I should have asked the other cell phone to do that and had him use this one. I mean, he's done that before, but he started his fitness routine now, so well, it varies depending on when you see it, but so I don't want to really interrupt him, so I'll have to plug this in midway. Actually, it's not doing too bad, but it was at 68 like 5 minutes ago. It's at 55. Like, that's how fast it's dropping. It is 20 after 10 in the morning, by the way. How about where you're at in Poland there? Which is ironic, because they did have that club that she worked at. I think just the one. I never moved, but yeah. So both of them are kind of a wash. So I was thinking of looking at her contacts list, because I might find people I'm familiar with, but the first time that I brought it up here, it reverted back to whatever I'd been on previously or something, and this time it went to the feed. So I've had to come to it twice, and that's making me wonder if I should. But I'm back there. I'm back at it, so maybe I should. But yes, I am curious about that question I asked, and what you guys think about it. I think we've got Sedona and Thomas here. With his one down. Don't forget to like Thomas. I think it was Sid that already did. I almost didn't use that. But yeah, I don't really want to repeat the question unless you'd like me to. If you didn't hear it already about the mutual thing. But I'm curious. I'm looking it up too. But I'm just finding things that are not that answering that specifically. I know what I could do though. That's just mask. I think that's probably what I already do. Death certificate. What? Oh, right. I have heard of that. But yeah, I'm thinking I might just ask. That was a good. I still have up a song I did the other day actually. And Thomas, as much as I love to have you here and chatting, and you're the only one that's here right now. I've been rolling for about 25 minutes. Somebody was briefly here that I'm somewhat familiar with, but she was at work. Um, it is true that I did music at the end of the one last night, and there wasn't very many people there at the time, so it'd be nice to have that heard. Some of the the stylings I was selecting with the keyboard actually seemed to work quite well with the songs I was doing. I don't mind kind of fusioning it up a little bit and making it sound a little bit like a unique version of things, but it just seemed to fit, and I just rolled with it. So, yeah, I'm going to repeat the question to the other two that just tuned in. Um, what are your thoughts about the feel? Okay, it looks like you may have left, and so it might just be Thomas here. That was weird when that happens. It really is. Unless they'd heard my thing about the keyboard thing. Thomas, you ain't saying much if you are here. I asked what time it was there. I said, oh, what about it? It's unfortunate. But I didn't know if by then maybe she could. But otherwise, I may be joking a little too, but I never make such things. But yeah, just join in the chat, whoever's here, and I don't bite today. Just kidding. I don't bite ever. And yeah, we can have some nice conversation. You know what I would like to do though is just quickly kind of the title is nothing fancy with this one for any of those that have just gotten here by scrolling. But that being said, the easiest way to not get distracted by other things when I'm in the process of coming to do a video, which lately has to be on the cell phone, so it's a little less likely to happen anyway. But it's going to the channel. But I'm gonna add the basically what I want the person that just tuned in to know is that this is just for the most part random and open conversation, um, and also maybe some music. Uh, yeah. And then in about half an hour to almost an hour, I'll probably try and find something to eat in the fridge and heat up my coffee. Mm-hmm. So, unless you'd like to cook something, cook something or bring something. Just kidding. But yeah, I'm trying to get something, trying to do something on the computer here, but it's not really doing. um, but it went 2 to 3 again. So that's yeah, I'm glad to have you all here. I know that there's one person that was in here, it might still be, who's also at work. So, you know, a lot of people get Sunday off, but she works in medical, so, you know, she doesn't. Thomas, if you're still here, please remember to give this a like. The people that look at the numbers to decide whether they want to watch something will want that. And as much as I like, I'm a people pleaser, and but you can't please everybody. Or if the person who's watching now hasn't liked, I appreciate it if you do. And to the person that just tuned in, although it might be a little too soon to ask if it's your first time. I mean, I can ask if it's your first time on this channel, all four of you, but I mean to like. Unless, there's always something to like, if you're like in anybody's videos for the most part. So, and it's good to support each other here on YouTube. Yeah, this is conversation. This is doing musical covers, by suggestion. This is trying to organize my computer screen a little bit. And, yeah, all that fun stuff. It was 4 for a moment there, and then it went down. I mean, what's weird is that, I don't know if it, like, high games were just totally not welcome, and they wouldn't like it done to them. Or if it's, or if I did think that it looked like the other day YouTube was being a bit wonky. So I'm not sure if it's that. But it seems, mostly to be behaving right now, so. Now I can't find his window. Don't want to lose that one. But I may have. That's where it's nice to not have it be a shared device. Unless I accidentally just closed it, let me try and reopen it. I'm trying to multitask here, so I mean, we could certainly chat, like I say. Otherwise, I honestly don't feel a whole lot like, do you plan to play something? You and you're requiring me to play music. Do you plan to suggest something? I've mentioned before, I struggle to think up songs. I know it sounds silly, and I'm not the only one that does, I know it sounds silly because there's so many songs. That might be part of the reason. There's just too many. They're just, But honestly, too, I'm also still waking up. I am very low energy. But I'd be happy to try, but yeah. Yeah, it's weird that it's on the live, but it shows in the preview. But yeah, to know about me is like I'm fairly social, as you can tell, and I'm not just about music. And in fact, because I've been struggling to reach some music goals, although I do hope to get a gig on Wednesday, it's been hard to book it because the person's been away sick from work, so I've not been able to connect with her to do so. I almost sometimes feel like putting music aside, but you've heard me musically a little bit, but international, universal, kind of like comedy, I mean, a lot of things can be. Not necessarily that. Yeah, oh, that's interesting, though. I don't know who this is or why it's showing. It's not somebody that I follow. Public Arts Commissioner. Former CMO of Rolling Stone and U.S. Weekly. I just saw this thing, and it's some interesting dollars. I don't know why I'm suddenly being shown it. I was looking at my friend Ray's page, and she's an angel. The guy's name is Gary. My dad's name is Gary. Maybe there's some sort of connection to that. But that would possibly confuse you even more if I got too deep into that topic. Yeah, love and just kindness also is and should be, But that's now 3 times it's went from my friends list, the one that passed away, so I'm not sure you know, friend list. So I'm not really sure if that's telling me something or not. I feel like it sort of came up in one of the workshops, but I mean, G's at home right now, and he'll be playing piano in a bit. Have you heard him on piano yet? Because I think you did once maybe, and then last time you were watching, he was slow to come downstairs, but he eventually did make it downstairs and play piano. But I don't know if you were still watching at that point. But right now I don't want to interrupt him with what he's doing, unfortunately. Uh, and I can't remember what time he started, but he usually is at it for an hour. Fitness to music, actually. Um, well, you're welcome to eat and watch, unless, of course, you're visiting with your family, I guess. Okay, see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Sorry to disappoint. I didn't. Again, maybe that might be actually something that might be easier to listen to in the background and follow while you're eating. And what are you having tonight, by the way? Is my previous live stream, the latter part of it, I was pretty much doing music. So, you want to hear music? That's where you can find it. As far as what's already been posted. Um, and yeah, so I'm just going to add that again here. Music covers chat. Sorry. And actually, let's see if we can put it in both twice now at the bottom. But on here, it's one at the bottom, one at the top. Okay, so I don't think I really need to keep that open now. Um, I want to listen to that later, and then it's short, and I can probably close it. Okay, so where is this window? I'm not seeing it, and I need to. So that's what I was going to do before I forget. I really didn't remember accidentally closing two. One, yes, but two, no. Now it's being slow to open up a new thingy. I almost didn't even use the thing this morning. And because the live streaming wasn't working there, it's not because of that. I wanted to try it and see if it would this morning, and then I just have kept it down here. But yeah, what would you like to talk about? As I wait for this stupid computer. Oh. I mean, I could also try and do it. Via one of the other tabs, maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, that was quicker. Now, the previous one that it showed was the other one. So I'm thinking, yeah, this looks right. Or is it? It also mentions that agency. Yeah, this is it. Now, how do I relaunch it? I can't? Just individually now with this one? Well, that's stupid. Why wouldn't it do the same thing it did before? Anyway. I'm just going to leave that as that and see if he can maybe figure it out. I know there's been times where we've clicked relaunch our browser, it didn't do so, we closed it and tried again, and it did do so. But I only need to do it with one window right now, so I don't know. I still kind of want to look at my friends list. There is a thing though where some people might actually find it maybe kind of sort of triggering. It's like you know, this is the thing. Like when and this isn't the only topic that we can talk about, but when somebody's loved one passes away, um, they're not very likely, whether it was a good relation or one with you know some iffiness. They're not very likely going to forget that person, just because even if we don't bring them up or we don't, um, you know, um, see the other see those people very often. So I don't strongly feel like like it would be a little bit natural for it to happen, but I don't strongly feel like it would or like that's something that's necessarily bad. Because you can keep that person's memory alive. You can share about the good times. You can you know share in your grief. I mean, it's not and then it's on other things like it's not. We should try away from those things that are very human experiences. And things to go through, right? I'm gonna plug this in for a moment. Uh, so you might briefly. The video may drop or whatever, but it'll come right back in just a few seconds. So please don't go anywhere. Oh, maybe it'll stay on. It does that sometimes too. I don't know why, or sometimes I want to ask for the food. But however, it looks like you both left. So much for. Oh, but one's here or came back. Now I was, of course, now that I got this plugged in, and I don't know if the most recent phones, although I don't know if that would intrigue me to get one or not because I otherwise don't really need one. But I don't know if the most recent phones have the adapter somewhere else because the headphone jack and there's one or two other things. I'm not sure what they are on the top of this one or on the top. And it's at the same time, I don't know if this was the idea behind it or not, but at the same time, having the charger have to go in the bottom, um, and then um, more so if you, I mean, because you can stand and use it while it's charging. It's more so if you want to record and you don't want to be holding it the full time. You want to move around. You want to play music. You want to do things. That's where it's But otherwise, it's kind of like, oh, good to take a phone rest then, and let it charge. Um, I mean, very few of us ever let our phone, unless it just happens, go zero, kind of like the view count just did. But we did get, I think, a second light just came in, so that's nice. Um, but yeah, so anyway, it's kind of awkward to hold that up right now because charging mine. I might just have that. Maybe another piece of bread. Oh, that's playing. And I know exactly where it is. Well, now that went. Oh, okay, I found it, I think. A little bit differently than I did the previous time, but I found it. So that's good. Right there. Found it, but being very slow. As soon as I get up, it's kind of good. 45 4. Is that accurate then? Yeah. Okay. I have to run upstairs very briefly. Okay, nobody's there right now, so. Oh. You're up. There's something else I might say. Just to say it out there to anybody who might be listening. Today is apparently is like the coldest day where I live that I've ever experienced in 20 years. I've not been out in it because I saw the temperature and I decided not to. Device charging. It looks like it's maybe even dropped some. I can't remember what it was at when I started charging it. I just know it was getting low when I charged it. Normally I would remember, but I don't remember. So anyway, but we can still chat, and I'll pick it up every now and then and talk. And otherwise, the lovely ceiling, very fancy. Eh? It's like those fancy architecture places. Just kidding. Maybe that's what I'm meant to do. Maybe it's not getting through right. Maybe it's meant to that book, which I also keep looking at. Okay then. Oi, que tô aquela. Estamos aqui a plan também. A plan timber. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. It's not heavy. I mean, hello. So, yes, this is just random chat for the most part. This is doing song requests and charging my device. It is going up now, so that's good. But you went away. Like, doesn't sound very good. Oh, I've got to charge mine too. Well, I wish. See, the thing is, I finally figured out how to, with that kind of cheap tripod that I have. Actually, 1 minute. I'll be right back. I have another idea, and then I can have it pointing towards me at the same time. Because that other one's broken, but I just thought of the other one. Hello. What are you doing up here? Okay, this will be better, I think. But I got one of these. Because the other one broke. I got one of these things. Okay, you left or whatever. I should be able to keep it charged and keep it perfect. I'm surprised the charger didn't come out, to be honest, as they did that. Gee, I should have stuck around. I have all kinds of interesting things planned now. Just kidding. But we've gone up another 2%, so that's pretty darn good. Oh. I'd kind of rather be doing this out there, though, but the cord's not very long, and things are kind of not very flat there. Well, I do have that big book here. I guess there might be. You know what? I'm going to do that. I don't really need to stand around in the kitchen. Although, I don't know. Yeah, that could work. That could work. I'm not going to be having lunch yet. I'd like to find that, but I'd also like to make sure that I buy more first. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go to the living room, actually, with this new tripod thing and give it a try. A tripod, actually. I don't know why the dog's being so noisy, and there was 3 people there for a moment. Weird how I find that very odd. But, when you think about when the dogs are working, people are noticing the video, it's kind of like, yeah, there's a lot of people hanging out on YouTube, so, there could very well be 3 random people who just decide, yeah. And, to think so that quickly of somebody, especially someone like me, not to toot my own bugle, but, I think that I'm... Okay, that was strange. Fabulous and amazing. Okay, there was actually somebody there when I briefly came back, and then it did emergency calls only, and hopefully it won't. Hopefully nothing happens to G or I. Gotta enjoy, our connection as I drop things as we can, because, you never know what somebody's health is going to be, and I don't mean to make it uncomfortable or anything, but, sorry, something had just fallen, pick it up, and then this fell out, and I don't know why it fell. Yeah, I agree. Some people say once, that I do agree. But, I'm going to get rid of it, because it's a stupid thing, that's not kosher. Otherwise, it may have made a great Christmas gift. I don't even know where I got it from. I don't know how I ended up with that, because I never would have picked it out, even being free. Especially by the cover. It's not like I just didn't look very closely at it. So that's, yeah, I don't know. Unless it was stuck to, I don't know. It's really weird. Anyway, it's trash, so that's where it goes. So, topic, I do still have one topic idea, sort of, but I'm only going to restate it if the person who's here watching right now wants to talk about it. Otherwise, topic's up to you. Song ideas up to you. So, I'm just going to quickly look at this. London's live again this morning. No, just kidding. We got two of you here, and I welcome you both in. Um, Currently, there's two anyway. And yeah, this one is, I'm not going to say fully, but, largely viewer led. Sometimes I have a certain topic, but by this time, I probably would have spoken as much as I would have on any particular topic anyway. One topic anyway. So, I mean, yeah, that's whatever you want to talk about. And if you're someone who just can't think of something at the moment, although I'm pretty open for the most part, open minded about topics, or whatever, I mean, stick around. I'm sure I'll say something. Especially if I know somebody's there, I try and keep the momentum going as best as I can. Um, but when one was there, okay, and then you left, and then one's already back. Or somebody else here. Maybe they're like, yo, that was rude of me to rush off. Chapstick if you're curious, chapstick if you're not. It's a little line I use. And it's true. Yeah. I do want to watch my energy level, though, so I kind of just, I'll welcome you in. I'll welcome you to come into the chat. There's 3, then 4 of you. Song request, topics. I do have one. 4 is a pretty good number to maybe put this out there again. Third time's the pinch charm. And we could talk about anything, but I'm curious what your thoughts are on, like, if you have someone pass away. Okay, now it says 1 again. I mean, I could think maybe you're the one that's meant, but you might be the one that's already heard me say it a couple times, But the people that were watching then weren't very chatty, so. Yeah, like, and the person that's watching now isn't very chatty either, so. The person that's streaming is kind of chatty with the, I was going to say with the right people, but again, that's actually what I wanted to mention. So G noticed, like, we live with each other, right? We're connected. And G noticed that I got rid of my mother and my step's number. So I said, I didn't know you ever had my step. But he texted him randomly. He probably got it from my mother. Texted G. And I've seen my mother a few times recently, and I don't have a phone right now, so I've had to borrow her phone to contact him. And yeah, I had a, I'm going to just leave it, even though it's only actually standing on one of the arms. I'm not really sure how the phone is staying up on this tripod, other than that it might be stuck to the top a little bit. It's one of those bendy ones. The cord is kind of leaning on that book, but yeah, it's not on that corner, but whatever. Anyway, this is just for the live chat conversation. So, you know, I get along with most people, but they are kind of hard to be around. You know, um, you know, I mostly do feel like they try to be, decent, but my step is a very big personality, and he's always got to be saying something, and I'm like, oh, we guys are a lot alike then. No, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. And he's kind of old fashioned. Um, he's also very religious, but I actually don't see that come into things all that often. I mean, it's not like I am against it, but if it's too much of it, and if it's like everything or every other thing, it's like, yeah. And I mean, it's been kind of okay reconnecting with my mother, but I feel like it'd be awkward with me, who's met them a few times, not a lot, but a few times, and so yeah, I mean, didn't yeah, that's kind of what our morning started with. Is he kind of said, by the way, 'cause I think it's on the phone there, and he's like, I noticed this. I wish you wouldn't have done that. I was like, it's just kind of awkward. And he said, because I wouldn't mind seeing them and seeing them over the holidays. Speaking of awkward, so I don't know. I don't know. what I was thinking is they could just pop in briefly. But even that's kind of uncomfortable. Like, I'd be doing it to please him. Like, I see them occasionally, for short rides here and there and little visits. It's good enough for me. I don't know. I feel mixed. I feel mixed. I don't want to say that it's enough for me just to see his sister, but kind of. I would have loved to have seen Kathleen. That sounded funny. It rhymed. Um, and I guess spiritually, um, or angelically. But I mean, even when she was still, living, she wasn't local. And you know, neither of us was really able to is really able to travel much. With our health and such and such. So, you say, I guess Christmas is close. I mean, I know it's the season, but Christmas is closer than I realized that it was. Somebody reminded me of that the other day. It's only this many days away now. I mean, I've not been counting down, for the most part, and it's like, yeah, the stress and the anxiety of it is starting to come in. I mean, if I could just say, oh, I just don't plan to see those people, then and I guess I felt that, especially the past 2 years, and then it, I think ended up working out. Well, no, we haven't seen my with that, and it worked out with the sister. But you know, yeah, it's kind of like I'd rather just say, yeah, you know, given the mixed feelings I'm feeling about it, and or maybe a short phone call. I don't know, or visit. I don't know, but you know, somebody else in the home who wants to see these people too, and I don't just want to say you go see them and I won't, you know. Sorry about if that's distracting. I got it the best I think I can have it here, because I'd be like worried about just unincluded, even though I'm very welcome, to join, and I'd feel like I was. This is, I don't want that. So, does anybody relate to this though, by any chance? Um, um, I know that some people must. Um, and the other thing is too is some people, they might be family get-togethers where they wouldn't mind seeing some of them, but just the big bunches of them, whether it's they're having problems with any of them or it's just the fact like too many at once, could be also a very common feeling. And to that, I would say, if you want to see certain people over the holidays, to celebrate or anyway, um, you don't have to see them in big gatherings. You can say, okay, well, why don't we plan to see you or you and so on this day, and then you and so on this day, and you don't even have to do one big gathering if you don't feel like it. But that being said, like the ones I'm talking about are not exactly big gatherings. They're like me, G, and two others. Most likely. I mean, yeah, because I'm not going to take a ride over to the city to that one place. J and R have been a little, maybe, although they're musicals, that would be so great, and they do like them. But well, I mean, she's very very busy. I mean, so but she's never been giving me signals like she did, and then he was stupid. Like, if he hadn't done that, would my dream have came true? I probably still wouldn't have managed to be able to easily get a venue. Um, I don't know if S would have been able to have traveled in. Not these days, probably. She's got a lot of health problems, and so thoughts for healing are with her. But that was like 2 years ago, I think. But um, just before some major life stuff. So yeah, um, it probably wouldn't have. It probably wouldn't have. It may have been a bit better with the online version, but that is so weird. Didn't it say there a moment ago and then suddenly this weekend? It's so weird. What's going on, guys? Is there some sort of connection here? Or, I'm glad to have you all here, though. I really am. Um, what might you like to talk about? What songs? Okay, you left. You know what? And the numbers have been dancing, and Flash has been flashing. Same thing. Along the top, uh, fairly actively with this one, and only two people that I'm kind of familiar with have said anything. You know, that is something though. What that says, amongst just what it says, is that you get familiar with somebody, you get to, like them a bit better, or I mean, you get to feel a connection. That's what I'm trying to say. Um, and it was like mid sentence when that person looks like they left. But yeah, yeah. I guess it should be well. Yeah, the more you connect with somebody, the more you might feel well connected to them. See, I would love to say we could just watch these two, me and G, uh, but not only, but primarily, they're very country music based, and G's not as into that. I mean, I don't love all of it either, but I mean, I'm more into it. I was really hoping for a bit more dialogue. Oh, you know what? It's Sunday. So there's a couple people that I'm thinking I might actually be at church. But the other one's recovering from a surgery a couple months ago, I think she said. So she might be mostly recovered. I don't know. Church, merch, merch. You get merch from church? um, I was actually thinking about, speaking of musicians, and one of them I think is country. One of them's opera, I think. I don't know either of their stuff very well, but there's um, a couple of famous people. Well, I think I started this about 5 or 10 minutes after he went up, so probably going to be another 5 or 10 minutes then. But I'd love for you to, enjoy, a bit of me, and then, like, so, I'd love for you to kind of, you know, enjoy chatting or hearing music from me first, and then, even though my podcast, well, it's very hit and miss. Sometimes I do well. A lot of times it's very unmotivating, very quiet, very annoyingly so, to be honest. Um, Now the bottom ones that show there, especially on the phone, um, yeah. So, um, song requests, topic requests are welcome. I mean, I can't, you know, cater it any more than that. You know, I have to get requests to be able to try to do anything with them. And if people don't want to give them, then they don't want to give them. Yeah, I know that that's a little bit distracting, but on now it's like that going on, not that one. It's a little bit distracting how that's, but well, it's charging. It's got to be. Yeah, you want it a bit longer this morning. I almost did, but my body kind of didn't want me to, and okay, it's not very good. Yeah, so- What was the thing I wanted to over? I said it in here, so I'll look back. But as far as and I've asked that before, and it doesn't really. So see it out there. I heard someone once say that it was in the winter. You know, I do drink quite a bit of water. I don't know if there's anything with that, but so yeah. You know, I feel like I'm repeating myself a bit, but each time someone new comes in, if they haven't heard, then they don't know. Okay, but you left, so I won't. Put me to sleep. You guys are so boring. That's a good line, but I don't know if I like it as much as I did at first, which was like just a moment ago. So, how are you? Could be better, could be worse. I'm doing alright. How are you? Looking forward to some song suggestions from others. Too, you do. And it looked like there was two people there for a moment, too, as I was reading that. Actually, now it's saying zero, so I don't know what that's about, but thank you for your comment. Some of the areas I could that's right now, so I might have to go with some God, but not right now because he'll be down soon. Down for two. Possibly today because tomorrow's new week. 376. Yeah, the pinned comment says pretty much what this is about, so you're welcome to check out that and then join in. Oh, thanks for the third like. Oh, wait, was that already there? I can't remember. If it was, either way, if the two people watching right now haven't liked yet, even if it's a little early on, feel free to like and then suggest things that you'd like to see me do in this, and then you'll hopefully want to keep your like there, but it looks like you left, so real. It's very interesting that this video is showing something about the spine, though, because I do also have although I thought that was behind me, but I do have a back condition. I also have a large prostate, and last night, like, I hadn't even been in bed that long. I went before I went to bed, and then I was only laying there for like 15, 25 minutes. It's like I have to get up again, and I was starting to feel like the tingle on my spine as well. So that's kind of interesting. I don't remember searching it. And this may have been a long time ago because some things have been open longer than others, but I don't remember saying that, and I'm not that interested in it really, so I'm going to close it. Since that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Let's kind of work through some of those. Yeah, other than that, you can see kind of the topic in my comment there. And, yeah, go from there. If one of these starts playing sooner, might okay, and actually they all just came to at the same time. I'll give this a few more minutes, but other than that, I must have heard this song, but otherwise don't know it. And we'll see if it loads. It sounds like it could be a country song, but I'm not sure. But the computer's being a bit slow. You know what? I kind of just want to do whatever I can do on that, though, because this is like I say, not the most motivating podcast I've ever led. I do want to look at that, actually. Okay, that song finally loaded. I just wanted to remember what I was just about to do. But if I take that away and but for E, then people could say it's everybody. They could, couldn't they? Alright.
So I'm going to
Play some piano?
no.
What?
I'm going to lie on the bed for a while with this on my knee and listen to Linkin Park.
Oh, really? Okay, just don't pull Mr. Hyrix. And then you gotta come down here. Instead of down here with it on your knee?
Well, sitting is a problem.
Okay.
Is unfortunately, it's kind of weird. It's sort of like this it is okay, and you know, if I like this seems to be okay, but having it like this, at a 90-degree angle, like when I'm sitting, in this chair particularly seems to be bad. For what it wants.
Even though you can put your foot up.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because it goes over and over and it gets a lot of
I'm all stressed out.
It's amazing that
because
that's staying closed, the thing.
I've got it clipped.
I know. Well, I guess it's good that it's clipped well.
I
Well, those
rolled
things would
this
be
up
very messy if
several
it didn't.
times.
Huh?
Anyway, I'm all stressed out because of all the time I've been missing.
But I don't know if there's,
I'm sure
Like a
running
better
out of sick
excuse.
days.
there's that thing we were looking at this morning might also be good, and then you could use heat on it too.
Well, I don't, like, the thing is, yes, but that's assuming that I want heat on it.
Right.
At the moment, I can feel that my leg on this side, my knee, it does seem warm, you know. It seems as if
That's an
it's,
idea.
you
You
know,
just see what I'm
it's
saying.
warm.
You could see.
So-
You could see.
I'm gonna, I don't wanna, believe me, I don't wanna spend all day in bed.
No.
I'd rather be active and doing things.
Mm-hmm.
But, I'm not gonna be able to work with my knee like this. Not as flappy,
Good thing nobody was even
I'm
that, but they
stressed
came right
out.
after.
I'm stressed out because I'm probably gonna have to take a cab in the morning, and then I'm gonna face the uncertainty of getting a cab home.
Well, if you can bring your bike in it, then that helps. But I
Well,
guess
but the problem being is if I thought that I was well enough to bike, I'd bike tomorrow, because it's supposed to be relatively
that's right.
not as cold. It's not as supposed to be not as cold.
It looked like it's too long, but it doesn't publish it. So that's weird.
So
A
anyway,
moment ago, it said
I'm
that it
going
would
to
when I
try.
changed it, but now
You're welcome to join
Is it?
me/us if you want.
it's too early.
Yeah, okay, well,
But this is so weird because it let me do this a moment ago until
I'm
I
just gonna give this a try,
can't
I
be
want,
tapped.
I've. What?
Sorry. What?
Anyway, I want to give this a try.
Okay, have fun. Don't be long.
Well, it sucks, seriously.
Okay.
Are you podcasting?
Yep.
Oh.
Getting up in the most motivating, but I'm hoping that changes soon. I don't know if it's going to live. A moment ago, it looked like it was going to behave. And then it says that. Choose a shorter one. Okay. Thought it highlighted it though. There we go. Okay. So it's about to pop up now, I guess. Maybe. Sorry about that. More time to try and find something for us to watch at once, but we'll see, I guess, won't we? Oops. Good way to tell it apart, though. Surprised it didn't, to be honest. Here's gonna listen to Bach, and I've got the only devices. Let me just check something. I'll be right back myself. Um, although, if that has reloaded, I think maybe it actually did. Yeah, but maybe we are. The only thing I'm not seeing now is chat. And I'm also not seeing. Just a moment. Okay, well, that would work, I suppose. So I can bring it up on here. That's not a problem. Other people will hopefully still see it. See the chat. Um, okay, now it finally got where it was before. I do want to quickly play this. We're this far in, I'm sure it's okay. Um, but no, I don't think I know this. He had a plastic ring wrapped around his shoes. Go with okay. Actually, I just understood what that was, and although it's kind of cleverly written, what this song is about is quite sad. But yet, home isn't this guy. What is happening? Actually, I was looking at that one quite a bit the other day. Well, this says Wednesday. That worked out well, but that was like a while ago. But hopefully this one does too. This is sharper than I thought. I remember his name being Roger, but that seems like something he would do. We'll be done at 11:45 last hour. Came at 11ish. But it's 11:40. Still ahead of schedule by like an hour. This thing's being stupid. Yeah, and, okay. Okay. Here we go. Of course, his kids are like this with everyone, but him, probably, because they're kids. And I mean, you do have to have something, otherwise I just be in trouble. But yeah, I didn't really care for that much. Anxious to see him. Why they were anxious to see each other? I don't know what that means. They're teens too, and it was a private thing. Like she was a part. Yeah, I was surprised. She was surprised by how teens were. even though she doesn't have any, even though she looks more the age of the one. They look more the age of the ones that would. Just talking about a show. That's the main part. And Star Wars things the main part of the restaurant. A little odd. Eating it, maybe they don't connect. Surprise, he said, let them open it up. And she was already on the defense, of course, but she should have wanted to hear that a little. Huh? Sailing isn't exactly engaging, though. A unique option. Whether the members that we put on the front of the card makes sense to 37 pounds, like, so yeah, 3 or 37, yeah, also forgot, I have a dog, I'm sure, that took some coaxing, I was not able to judge so much, but so obvious. Page had the and maybe that's all. Get the chat back very shortly. Another person's perspective being around another adult. Yeah, that he should have appreciated another person's perspective being around another adult, even though she was kind of playful. And I was very surprised that he shared it. Doesn't seem like anymore. Doesn't seem very like being on camera. I mean, yeah, right. Okay. Now that that's processed, I can close it. Very Mikey. That was his name then, not Roger. Roger that. Hi Roger. Hi Kathleen. Yeah, make sure he's okay up there. That was something that I had open that I wouldn't mind maybe looking at again. Or looking at in more depth, although he said he didn't like Steve Harvey. And it's not because of race. He says he's a kind of a different personality, right? He's very expressive and she, a little bit much sometimes maybe for some people. So I know nothing about that kind of thing. But yeah, I could do some music if you'd like to make suggestions. Oh, that wasn't too easy. Oh, yeah, because my feet go down the full time, kind of weird. Sultan's a swing. The man's got some coat. Well, if it was raining, okay, the drives. It's not winter yet, but then again, maybe the AC or the heat was working. Over here. Yeah, why are they on the back? Pull it up. Oh, I think you can't see it. Sorry. Got it, but somehow I quickly remembered his name. For Dawson's, the name, I did mention it yesterday, but still semi-surprised. I don't know why he would have mentioned it. I don't know why wouldn't think he would know it. But anyway.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it. Just
So, I just want it to be known that, like, I had to leave the stream for a moment on my cell phone, which I'm doing this on, and when I came back, chat isn't showing, but I do have it showing on my computer. So, if you have a song request or something you'd like to talk about or would like some support around for a few moments, I'd be happy to chat with you and do that. And there was something about that I decided to maybe don't like. So, other than, yeah, that and that. Right. But, so, the other was very big piece of 30. Yeah, I'm mostly past the nice community. But I'll roll for another at least 6 or 7 minutes and see if anything, what I'm also going to try? And I'll see if this pops it back there. No, it didn't. But I can see chat via my other device. So if you put something, I will see it, I will read it, and we will enjoy conversation. Or a song request. Just also trying to do stuff on my other computer window here. Slowly but surely.
Are you wearing
I mean,
several layers?
that is just a short video. And those are all sorts of things. I'm not too sure. Like 2003? Yeah, probably. That's ironic to come across that. Earlier I was mentioning somebody I texted. I just came across in an open tab that I opened ages ago. And then opened a bunch of other stuff and forgot. I would love to be able to tell them that this did well. I mean, it was nice to see a couple of familiar people in the chat, but one of them is, what I know about him is he plays classical guitar. And his English isn't great. And the other one was at work. So, Um, but yeah, I can see the chat on my other device if you put something in, yeah. Oh, does he? Hmm. For a moment there, it looked like it was going to show. And the thing is like back then, I appreciated the people that I did that with, but in some cases they were just that they were more so her friends. I mean, try to think if there's anybody that I strongly miss from that time. I just miss that time in general. Um, um, but at the moment, I can't really think of any. That doesn't mean that there isn't, other than the one that passed away. But no, there's got to be. Anyway, we could chat. We can do music. Or I can wrap up. The choice is yours. Like, please wrap up. Anything but chatting and music. They're the worst things ever. Not if we're doing it. Sorry, I'm trying to get this window out of the way and it keeps squishing weirdly to a weird size. I'll just have to leave it like that for now. Man, some people are so good at the time. This is so weird. This guy is just saying, somebody made a post in a group. This is about brotherhood. And he says, sure, we can call each other handsome, but not cute or sexy. I mean, honestly, I don't think those words are all that different from each other. Thinks that they're not masculine enough. He doesn't think you got handsome, but handsome. I mean, those are homonyms. Just kidding. I am glad that he says gay or bi, but the name doesn't sound right. Real. Was a black, but that could be, because of the um, what depression of the politics. Well, that's kind of similar to saying the last name. You're good looking. You're handsome. Can't want to come back to that later, but I might see how much other progress I can make with this here. I played that in it. I might want to see it again though, because there's very few. I'm actually very surprised that there's very few videos about it. Oh, and there's another one that I almost don't remember seeing. Okay, so this is at 90%. I wonder if I rotate it and then rotate it back if it would work. Just run it quickly. Oh, it won't let me. Oh, I can do it this way, I guess. She always had that kind of dippy look. I don't know, it's just the way that she leaned. There's something special about it. Might even actually be seeing this closer on this. I can't rotate it because it's being stupid at the moment. So, but I'm holding it screen to screen essentially, and possibly getting a nice close up to see back later. Hello, how was that? Huh?
I'll find out, I guess, it did help. I do think I found out that I'm still not a great fan of thought.
Oh no, I thought you were.
Lots of people are very enthusiastic about thought.
Well, I thought you.
So for hundreds of years.
Maybe you don't play that much. I just figured you like most classical, so.
Um,
Be right back.
no, I have favorites, definitely. Chopin, of course, being number one.
What about Chopin?
And Schubert.
He's just talking to me for a moment. And I'm trying to find, here it is, so I can see the chat, everybody in there.
But Bach, not so much.
Have you eaten much today?
No.
Maybe yes, you probably should, eh?
something. Don't worry about it.
You will?
Uh-huh. Maybe I'll have one of those chocolate brownie things.
You and your chocolate brownie things. Those cookies? You had a bit of that. That doesn't sound very healthy.
I don't care.
I know, and that's why you got diabetes. Like, what's your face?
Do I need to mention again that
I know, but you haven't been tested in a while. Neither have I, for that matter.
no, I had blood work done within the year.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'd be very, very surprised with the way we both are, to be honest.
Are you still podcasting?
Yeah, but I'm going to wrap up soon. I'm just trying to put in a few more tabs to this
Okay.
before I close them.
Okay.
Oh no, I was probably just going to let you some pickles. I'd like to say I was having something more substantial. I'm kind of craving the spaghetti, but I'd kind of rather wait till later tonight. But yeah, that's not going to have all of them, and I kind of want to share. But I can't the beef, but I also don't want to use it until I know that I have found more at Safeway. Tomorrow, I probably, because I've already been meaning to do this for a few days. Huh?
Yes, you should definitely eat your pastries soon.
Oh wow, that's not what I'm talking about. But I'm almost thinking you can have that Rimbrole thing. Maybe I should make that thing with the gravy. So now that you know what that one croissant is, are you still wanting it, or you don't like ham that much?
Oh, I like ham, okay.
Okay. Oh, it'll be very tiny then. Do we have any fries or anything like that in the freezer?
I don't think so. No.
What's up with that? That would have been perfect, and then I could have had that, because even if it was to have the whole thing, I still had a portion of it already. So,
Okay, so there's something in here with ham in it.
yep, I want it with gravy. I just don't know what to have with it.
This?
Maybe I can't see it very well from here. The cheesy thing. Is that the cheesy thing? It looks like it, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then sure. I'm really kind of craving it,
But
but
have it.
no. But there's still another piece, just not a big one.
And you said that you think I can have the creme brulee?
Yeah, it was kind of. I mean, it was kind of. It's a similar thing to that other thing, but the texture was kind of weird. Didn't really have much flavor.
Oh.
So, thinking of wrapping up soon and having lunch. Trying to figure that out. But we do have somebody who's been here for a couple of minutes. And okay, you left. Okay, then I'm wrapping up. That's not bad.